YouTube. How y'all doing? I am Queen Lillie. Welcome to my live. You all are welcome and appreciated. This is Life Under Trump Part 77. Yes, Life Under Trump Part 77. We have a lot to talk about because there's so much going on with Donald Trump and Elon daily. You can't run out of commentary with those two. From Elon Musk trying to take over the world. Elon Musk has become the president and Donald Trump is the vice president. Where does that leave jdvance? We don't know. We never see JD anymore at all. But right now we're dealing with Elon and his baby mamas. Elon Musk got baby mama drama. Yes, and the American people, we are sick of Elon Musty. Elon Musk must go. Elon Musk must go. He got to go. Because right here in the state of Georgia, they had a town hall meeting in Roswell, Georgia, on the outskirts of Atlanta. And we want Elon out of here. Because you know what those Republicans here in Georgia said? We didn't vote for him. Yes. Y'all, hold on. I'm going to turn my do not disturb sign on because I thought I turned it on. Bear with me, okay? I'm coming right back. I'm back. I had to turn my do not disturb sign on. But yes, here in Georgia, the Republicans want Elon Musty gone. They said, we didn't vote for Elon. That's what they're saying here in Georgia. In the great state, Georgia. I live in Atlanta, Georgia. Roswell is on the outskirts of Atlanta. They still consider part of Atlanta. They had their town hall meeting. I'm going to show you clippings of it, y'all. You got to go. Elon, when you don't upset the white Republicans, you got to go, baby. They don't care if you consider them MAGA. Not here in Georgia. They don't even want Trump right now because they asked that man, what are you going to do with Trump? When it comes to, I'm going to tell you why I'm enjoying this, because when it comes to affecting white folks' money and their children, they're mad. Hit that like button. Come on, hit the like button from Hey Queen Teal. What's up, King LaSwan? Yay, thank y'all for coming to my live. Again, this is Life Under Trump, Part 77. We got a lot to talk about, y'all. It's a lot. I'm telling y'all, I ain't got to ever worry about commentary because every day Donald Trump and Elon Musty are giving me conversation to talk about. They think they're pulling the wool over the American people's eyes. No, 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 no. Right now, Elon Musk, baby mama, that he ain't too much claiming. Ashley, the baby mama, with his baby mama drama, she wants full custody and protection over this child, which Elon ain't. They're saying he ain't even claiming the baby. It's a baby he's been keeping a secret. Why, Elon? Why are you keeping this baby a secret? Because you living like trailer park trash and you a billionaire? Having all these baby mamas. Y'all always say that about black people having a bunch of baby mamas and all that, but no. The new thing today is for the white people to be baby mamas. What don't happen, Lord Jesus? They don't flip the script. They took the role of the ghetto. Elon Musk and all these baby mamas, they're all on Twitter and everything. They just fighting with Elon, and Elon has restricted them somewhat where you can't see much of those young ladies posting on Twitter. He calls it X, with that demonized son X. I'm going to call it Twitter because that's what I remember it as. I'm old school. I'm 51. It's what? Twitter. I ain't calling it X. I don't even like the sight of that little boy, that little demonized little boy X. Oh, no. Something ain't right, y'all. Something ain't right. And Satan travels real fast. And today, the Christian people, how can you say you love the Lord, but you putting a man before Jesus Christ? You can't put man before Jesus Christ. I don't care if it's politics or whatever. Our God is a jealous God, and he would not accept Donald Trump being before he. I don't come before Jesus. You don't come before Jesus. America, we in trouble. Girls and boys, what we going to do? Kings and queens, what's up? Tell me what's up. Are we going to fight back, or we going to sit back and let our country be taken by South Africa? Because let me tell you this. When Trump was saying that Obama was from Africa, y'all was angry. You was mad the whole time he American. Now we got a South African white man dwindling in your tax records, dwindling in all the funding of this country, dwindling in your credit, and you ain't doing nothing. He's from Africa. So you have told black and brown people twice that it really ain't about Africa. It's about that skin. Elon has white skin, so he can get away with being from Africa and dwindling in all your personal info. That's what you said. King Stephen, I don't know what you mean, but okay. We got another Stephen. You are very pretty. I'm a woman, honey. I'm not a transsexual born woman. I birthed a baby out of my beautiful flower. So you're not insulting me, but that's not what I am. I have a vagina, not a man-made vagina, a real vagina. Okay. Okay. Shadow says, I hate colors. Okay. I don't know what you mean by that, but if you're saying you hate black people, I don't have to like your ass neither, but I hope that ain't what you mean, okay? I ain't gonna say I hate you, but I don't have to like you neither. You in my show, on my YouTube channel. Thank you, but don't come over here with that hate, okay? That mean stuff, okay? I'm talking about Donald Trump and Elon Musk. It is not you personally, but when you come for me, I'm gonna come from you. And I don't want to do that today because I'm having a beautiful God-blessed day. And I want you to have a beautiful God-blessed day, okay? Okay. Bandana says, you're pretty, slay queen. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Shadow the Hedgehog. Where Maria? Or you said where Melania? I don't know. I guess that'll be a king shadow, okay? And Queen Tia, hey baby, how you doing, Queen? Thank you. Thank you for being a moderator today. Okay, let's get to business. But yeah, it's a lot going on. Donald Trump's approval rate has dropped, although he continues to lie because he knows if he lied, Mega is going to believe him because they believe anything this man has to say. He can tell y'all he having a baby out of his ping. Y'all will believe it. And y'all will run with it. Hit that like button. Donald Trump approval rating has dropped tremendously. Even some of his MAGA people have turned on him. Yes, they're mad. Holly mad at MAGA is mad at Donald Trump. But a few of his stooges, they still fall for the banana tailpipe. You can't change their mind. The thing is, he's a psychopath and they are psychopaths. So it's a mix. One moment. Thank you, LaSwan. Thank you. I love all of you. Even you mean MFers that come in here and be mean, I love y'all too, but I will get at you if you come for me. Y'all, I gotta turn that heat off. It's hot. It's cold outside, but it's hot in here. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. You know what's so crazy, you guys? If you live in Atlanta, it's hot here. And it's supposed to be, well, it's cold outside. I think it's like 40 something, but in my home, it's hot and I can't take it. A woman of age can't take that heat. No. Just a moment. I'm waiting on things to upload for you. Hold on.
Do you think Donald Trump's a king?
No, absolutely the fuck not. Sorry.
No, absolutely not.
He says he's a king. Long live the king.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Just because you say you're a king doesn't mean you are a king. I don't know.
He thinks it's probably fun and it's a troll, but could you think it could backfire?
I think it could. This is America. It's not a dictatorship. Like you can't call yourself that.
I wish he would stop, period. Just stop existing.
There's an initiative going around from conservatives, and he actually talked about it as well, addressed it, that he should have a third term.
No.
That
like,
goes against the
why?
Constitution. Like we have two terms for a reason. Why change it?
Do you think Donald Trump's a king?
No, absolutely.
Y'all, when she said, I wish he stopped existing, I feel the same way. Just go away. You and Elon, you go away and be happy and in love of Musk. Okay? Go away in love and a bliss and never come back. You won't be missed. Only people that will miss Donald Trump that think like him and don't like black and brown people. Those are the only people who will miss Donald Trump. Trust and believe Melania Trump will not miss Donald Trump. She would never miss him at all.
Changed Jesus' skin color in the original story, so why are you up in arms about it this time?
Something that I know. So let's talk about when they changed Jesus' skin color from looking like he was from the Middle East to looking like he was from Europe. So you know Michelangelo, the guy who painted the Sistine Chapel? Well, he had a picture of a white guy up on his wall, and when the Pope came into his room and asked, hey, who is that? Michelangelo said, oh, that's our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. No, it wasn't. It was his lover. So if you got a picture of a guy with my complexion, with his arms out, with thorns around his forehead on your wall, you got a picture of a gay guy. We're actively worshiping a false idol by y'all's pretenses, and that's not Jesus. That's a homosexual who y'all also bastardize, even though it's not in the Bible at all to do that. Bye.
When they changed Jesus' skin
Do I need to play that again? All these years, people have been praying, which I don't have a problem with the gays. Do your thing, baby, if it make you happy. But I like me some wang wang, okay? Anyway, all these years, even out through my young, youthful years, we were made to pray to a white man that wasn't actually Jesus Christ, because Jesus Christ had hair like mine and brown skin as I. But that picture that's on your wall that y'all been praying to was actually a gay white man that was never Jesus Christ. That's humorous. That's funny, because white people have been having everybody praying to somebody that's definitely not Jesus Christ. Ooh, that's a sad thing. And that explains Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Yeah, that explains it. So, I'm going to show y'all something. When a clown moves in a palace, he doesn't become a king. The palace becomes a circus. And that's what the White House is today. A circus of uneducated white men got mad at the black people that are highly educated, fired them, claimed DEI, which white women DEI. And they moved in all these uneducated white men that don't have any qualifications for those positions. Now you got a circus, a bunch of dummies, uneducated fools. Hold on.
Real freeloaders in this country are the rich, not the poor. The richest 1% evade $163 billion a year in taxes. That's taxes they owe that they just don't pay. What do you think would happen to you if you just decide not to pay your taxes? Hello? Remember, the real freeloaders in this country are the rich, not the poor. The richest 1% evade $163 billion a year in taxes. That's taxes they owe that they just don't pay. What do you think would happen to you if you just decide not to pay your taxes? Hello? Remember.
So, were y'all mad at the brown people and having them deported? They're not your problem. Your enemy is Elon Musk and Donald Trump. But you're treating black and brown people like we are your enemy. No, we're not stopping you from getting the jobs. Yes, black people have become what they are, the most educated, black women, But we're not stopping you from getting those jobs. The Hispanics, the Mexicans, they're not stopping you from getting those jobs because white people, y'all will cry if the sun hit you too long and you cry and you got cancer. So they're not stopping you from getting your jobs because they're out there working those fields and in those warehouses, etc. The chicken farms. So when you're claiming that, and you listen to Dunny Boy, that the brown people are taking jobs, they're not taking your jobs because you ain't going to get your ass out there in them fields. Your skin can't take it. You need to be mad at these billionaires that's in the White House right now that Donald Trump appointed that don't give a F about none of us. This is a us problem. But us black people, we're not getting out there marching no more. If you look now, it's just y'all. We're not gonna be targets anymore for the white man to shoot us down. The white cop. No, we're not doing that no more. No, we're not doing it anymore. And what's amazing, y'all had a problem with this,
Life goes on, honey, hug my babies.
but you had no problem with that. Y'all got a problem with this, but you had no problem with that, white people. So the problem is, you really got a problem with my skin, the black men's skin. You don't have a problem with actions because Elon did the Hitler salute. You didn't have a problem with it. Anything that black people do, it bothers y'all. Why? We're just living our best lives, believing in God, and we striving and we trying to make a living. And it bothers you all so bad if we do anything that's going to uplift us. Oh, y'all mad. Don't be that way. Spread love like Jesus Christ, not like your savior Donald Trump, because he is spreading hate.
Hey, Elon. Government takeover. Hey, Elon, how's the megalomaniac government takeover going?
We're trying to get good things done, but also have a good time doing it.
So your idea of a good time is gutting government programs and agencies, disrupting essential services, and making life just generally less safe for people? That's weird and evil.
The left wanted to make comedy illegal.
No, it's just that you think that racism, homophobia, bigotry, ableism, and human suffering are funny, and they're not.
You can't make fun of anything. So then it's like comedy sucks. It's like nothing's funny. You can't make fun of anything.
So what you're saying is that anything, any topic, any person is on the table for comedy.
It's like legalized comedy. Yeah.
Well, okay then. Let's do it. Starting with you.
Bad body built. Elon has had so much surgery, y'all. Not only is he bad body built, that body is horrible. Any woman or man made like that, you should never talk about anybody. Never. Don't ever talk about anybody. Because Elon, he looks like an alien and he's made like an alien. He's made like he doesn't belong to this earth. But Donald Trump the same way. Bad body built.
News right now, another Republican member of Congress faced a hostile crowd, this time Republican Congressman Glenn Grothman in Wisconsin, where he was confronted by a hostile crowd of constituents over his support of Elon Musk and cuts to critical government programs.
President Trump has issued a lot of executive orders. I think by and large this is moving very quickly compared to other administrations, and I think across the board he's done some very good things. I think he's gotten rid of birthright citizenship.
To put it into perspective, Grothman's district is a ruby red Republican district, an R+16 district. These types of interactions in this district is unheard of. And it's not just happening there, it's happening across
Hey,
the country. I
King
just did a full
Cam to
breakdown
the
of all of this
go.
in my
How you
Substack, so make sure
doing?
to subscribe for free at the link in my bio and follow on for all the news you need to know about. More to come soon. We have some news right now. Another Republican member of Congress.
As I told y'all, the Republicans in the red states are highly upset with Elon Musk and T-Ron. They no longer want either one of them at this point. Only the ones that like to smell his pissy pens, they depend on Trump. They think he the world because they slow. Like he said, he loved the uneducated. More Elon Musk.
Musk is really good at getting government subsidies. In the last few decades, he's gotten hundreds of billions of dollars from federal grants, tax incentives, and state contracts for his companies Tesla and SolarCity. SpaceX was near bankruptcy, and Musk was deep in debt when NASA gave the company a massive handout in 2008.
NASA called and told us that we'd won a $1.5 billion contract. And I couldn't even hold the phone. It's like, I just blurted out, I love you guys.
They saved you
Yeah, they did.
financially and maybe even emotionally.
I'll tell you what, that was definitely helpful. Yeah.
But do those subsidies really pay off for towns like Brownsville?
We are a low-income community. We're primarily brown and indigenous. We have a very unique and beautiful community.
Becca Hanosa is a local environmentalist and activist who has been fighting SpaceX for years.
Our people here, we do need jobs. Most of us are in survival mode, and we're in survival mode because we've been exploited so many times by so many different industries, and now SpaceX is part of that.
Musk has a reputation for forcing high speeds on his workers and lacks safety standards at his work sites. Reuters reported in 2023 that there had been 600 injuries at SpaceX locations since 2014. One worker has been in a coma after an on-site accident for 3 years. Another lost vision in one of his eyes after being struck while moving a beam.
Ya no miré yo nada completamente, entonces yo le gritaba a mi amigo, perdí mi ojo.
Musk's work site in Boca Chica has an accident rate 6 times higher than anywhere in the space industry.
Lo que yo miré, he visto yo allí en ese trabajo de SpaceX, no hay suficiente seguridad. Ahí no hay.
It's one thing to come and try to work hand in hand with the community that's here, but it's another thing to absolutely, and I see this, the actual takeover of everything.
SpaceX has already proven to be a bad neighbor, and that's why most of us don't want it anymore.
You're going to see Elon Musk a lot in the news these days for his role in dismantling key parts of our federal government. But the real purpose of Doge isn't efficiency, it's deregulation. Musk has shown he wants no oversight for himself or other billionaires like him. The story of Boca Chica is crucial to understanding Musk's playbook for seizing public resources and justifying his campaign as part of a grand vision for humanity, whether that's landing on Mars or creating a more efficient government, a revolution for the people, as he's called it.
I wonder, like, in 10 years, when he's done with whatever he's going to be doing, what's going to happen to this area? Who's going to pick up all this mess? Who's going to clean it up?
Musk is really good at getting government subsidies. In the last few decades, he's gotten hundreds of billions of dollars from federal grants, tax incentives, and state contracts for his companies.
Elon Musk is the welfare king. I told y'all it's getting ghetto and ghetto every day. It's getting worse every day. Elon Musk is a welfare queen, not a king. He's so feminine. Him and Donald Trump made to be together. They both feminine. They whine a lot. They ask for money a lot. He is a welfare queen. This man became a billionaire off of the backs of the American people, and he is not from America. He is a South African citizen, and they don't even want him over there. So why should we have to keep him? MAGA, you got to get rid of him. He's overthrown your man, your savior, Donald Trump. I believe, in my opinion, allegedly, they may even him out of him. Protect your man.
been telling you all week that something is happening across the United States. The
Hit
American
the like
people are
button.
rising up against Trump and Musk. I promised you that I would highlight these moments of heroism both here and on the Midas Touch podcast. So yesterday I showed you voters confronting their Republican congresspeople in town halls. Now, let me show you what this incredible American had to say to his Democratic representative, Congressman Tonko of New York. Check this out.
You asked us to show up, Congressman Tonko. We will show up.
We're fighting back against the regime. Americans are fighting back.
When I saw you in those pictures, I saw you next to Maxine Waters. Yet I was so proud that my representative was on the front line, right there. But I thought about Jimmy Carter, and I thought about John Lewis. And I know what John Lewis would have done. He would have gotten arrested that day. Make them accountable on you. We will stand behind you. We will be there with you.
We will stand behind you. We will fight with you.
I have been telling you all week that something is happening across the
Y'all, the American people, we're not going to be put in a situation how Hitler did. No, we're not doing it. We're going to fight back. And I don't care what y'all say in my chat. If you don't see the regime, then you're sick. You're pathetic. We got to fight back. And you got to stop being angry with black and brown people because we ain't did a damn thing to you, and fight with us. Because we're not getting out there fighting if you don't show us you're going to fight with us. Because when you voted for Donald Trump, you went against us. And when black people vote, we vote for everybody's benefit. We don't think about black people. We think about the United States of America. Yes, I get on here and I will cut you down if you come for me, but I will fight for you if you're fighting for everybody in this country. But I will not fight for you if you're not fighting for the entire country. We have to fight for the entire country, y'all. We're in a fight for our lives because we only got so many days. Because Hitler did it in 1 month, 3 weeks, 2 days, in about 3 hours. Donald Trump's been in there 30 days now, over 30 days. Think smart and think hard. Because we are in a situation where this country will be no longer our country. Donald Trump doesn't even realize that Elon Musk is helping him with no Vaseline. And I honestly believe jdvance in on it, because why is he not stepping up, telling Elon to get out the way? You're not the president. Excuse me, because what has happened? Elon, excuse me, is your president. Donald Trump has become vice president. Elon letting Donald Trump think he's president, using his crayons, writing on the wall, playing with his son. Elon knows that Donald Trump is not special in any form, but he knows he's special ed. So he's taking advantage of the one that can't help himself. Donald Trump doesn't have a brain like Elon. Elon is an evil MF. Donald Trump is a racist. So Elon is an evil MF and a racist at the same time, and a Hitler asshole. So we're in trouble. We got to fight back. Yes, Donald Trump is an MF on his own, but now we got a situation where it's Elon running this country, and it is not healthy. Think about a man can't even go back to his own country. The president of South Africa does not want Elon there. The people of South Africa do not want Elon Musk. We got to fight this regime. We cannot think about no nonsense about skin color and all that shit. And stop hating on black and brown people, and we got to pull together. She tried to warn us, but because she is a black and brown person, you didn't want her. We wouldn't be facing a regime. We would not be facing another Hitler 2.0 if y'all would have voted properly. You voted and lied that you was voting for cheaper eggs and all this bull crap. We know y'all, that ain't got nothing to do with it. It has to do with complexion, skin, her color. You didn't want to vote for her. So now you're going to suffer. You should have listened.
Just read Project 2025.
The former president said that's not true.
He says everything. Come on, are we really taking his word for it? Tariffs on all imports that he has described would be a 20% sales tax, in essence, on basic necessities for the average American worker. They even want to eliminate the Department of Education and end Head Start, which of course would take away preschool from hundreds of thousands of our children. Otherwise, Putin would be sitting in Kyiv with his eyes on the rest of Europe, starting with Poland. And why don't you tell the 800,000 Polish Americans right here in Pennsylvania how quickly you would give up for the sake of favor and what you think is a friendship with what is known to be a dictator who would eat you for lunch. Donald Trump intends to cut Social Security and Medicare. He intends to give tax breaks to billionaires and big corporations and make working families foot the bill. Ask Donald Trump what his plan is for Black America. Democracy. You know what he says he'll do? Terminate the Constitution of the United States. That's right. Let me remind folks. You know what's in the Constitution of the United States? The Fourth Amendment, which protects you against unreasonable searches and seizures. The Fifth Amendment, the Sixth Amendment, the 14th Amendment. And in most of those amendments, one thing or another was about a movement spurred by Black people to ensure that we would be equally protected under the law. There is a huge contrast in this election. Donald Trump has said he will be a dictator on day one. Just read Project 2025.
The former president said that's not true.
He says everything. Come on, are we really taking his word for it?
It is so tiresome that I sat here on my channel and read Project, a vast majority, not because it's like almost 1,000 pages. I read a good bit of it to you all to let y'all know this is Donald Trump's blueprint. Y'all called me out my name. You called me a nigger. You told me you was going to RAP me. You told me you're going to jump over the gate where I live and skeet on my face. Y'all threatened me in so many forms, but everything I was saying from Project 2025 was going to happen, Donald Trump has laid it out for you. Eat it all up. You asked for it. You voted for them, but you can't eat the meds because they're too expensive. You can't get what you want in the store because you only have $100 to spend in the grocery store and everything is so high. You can't get about 10 items. How the egg cost is right now? Didn't he tell you he's going to lower the cost of eggs? How about that gas? Because I have to use premium gas. I have an expensive vehicle. How's your gas? Tell me. Boy, I know you love them eggs right now. You better freeze them. Buy a bunch of them and freeze them because you ain't going to have those soon. Bless your soul. God bless you.
Horrifying news. Donald Trump is now extorting Ukraine once again. These actions are far worse than his extortion scheme that got him impeached during his first term. The Trump administration is reportedly demanding in negotiations that Zelensky give over at least 50% of the country's rare earth minerals and resources to the United States in order to get the U.S.'s support. And the reported draft of the deal makes it so the U.S. isn't even obligated to help Ukraine at all. But that's not all. The Trump administration is threatening Zelensky that if he does not comply, Elon Musk will turn off the Starlink internet satellites that so many Ukrainians rely upon. Sources say that Zelensky has zero intention of accepting such a deal. The corruption and criminality here are just endless. We're going to keep exposing it every single day, so make sure you're following us here and add the Midas Touch podcast on Apple and Spotify. More horrifying news. Donald Trump is now
Zelensky is not going to fold. He's not going to do it. If they have to take him out of here, he's not going to fold. I can tell from his character. He's not a weak man. Donnie is a weak man because he allowed Putin to put him up to all of this. He would not fold. That man is not going to fold, y'all. He will not fold. I will not fold. That man is not going to fold, Donnie. No. You will not own Ukraine. You're not. Neither will Russia. Putin is a smarter, stronger man than Donnie. Donnie allowed Putin to put his wife news on the news. And Donnie boy, Donald J. Trump, he did nothing. He laid down and took it with no Vaseline. Oh, he liked it because he's a bot.
Accurate history is teaching white Americans how white slave owners raped, beat, humiliated, mutilated, murdered, and cannibalized their slaves. Accurate history is teaching that George Washington's false teeth were made out of his slaves' teeth. Accurate history is teaching that Abraham Lincoln may have said some words and signed some shit, but he did not physically do anything to free the slaves. The white abolitionists also often get almost total credit for freeing the slaves. I bet you've never even asked yourself what the slaves were doing to free themselves, and the answer to that is most of the fucking work, including giving the ultimatum of war. But then we get a bunch of white people mad that their kids might feel guilty if we teach real history. It's not about your white child's feelings. Teaching accurate history isn't about white people's feelings, but that does sound like something that someone who's only ever been taught a white glorifying version of history would counter with. Ask why we ever felt like we needed to curate a false version of what white people did and did not do to black people to begin with. And then ask yourself why white ass politicians are verbally attacking real history by calling it slurs, which is by default also the act of calling black people. Accurate history is teaching white Americans how white slave owners raped, beat, humiliated, mutilated, murdered.
Happy Black History Month. I love you.
I know who needs to hear this, so listen up. Elon Musk does not care about this country or the people in it. And he's not working for free to cut government waste for you and me. He's doing it for his own self-interest. Because the richest man in the world, Elon Musk, doesn't even like this country. In fact, he doesn't even like this planet. Because he would literally rather leave this planet to go to an uninhabitable planet like Mars, terraform it, turn it into an inhabitable planet, than do anything for this planet. Okay? Oh, and he also wants you, the taxpayer, to pay for his Space Odyssey adventures. Okay? So I hope that clears things up, and I hope you get it. Okay? Glad we have this job.
It don't make sense to me that a South African comes over here and get free money from our government. It don't make sense to me. It honestly doesn't make sense. But our own citizens can't even hardly get the money that Elon gets from our American government. Elon Musk became a billionaire off of our backs, our tax dollars. With Donald Trump in the White House, the rich get richer and the poor get poor. There will not be a middle class soon. Fight back.
If Jesus was here right now, would you let him in? Of course I would. Why?
As long as he went through the proper, as long as he
As long as he came here legally. As long as Jesus Christ came to this country legally, we would let him in. Thank you. No, thank you.
This gets funnier every time.
Dear white people, please stop the nonsense. I love you. Use your brain, okay? You can't outsmart Jesus, but you can outsmart Donald Trump and Elon.
Let's talk about it. As a Christian and a pastor, I need to say this clearly. This is not about protecting faith, it's about power. Christians are not persecuted in the United States. We are the majority. Our holidays are national holidays. Politicians quote the Bible to score points. Churches don't pay taxes. Christian symbols and language are everywhere in public life. This isn't about protecting religious freedom. It's about enforcing Christian nationalism, the belief that Christianity should dominate public life and government. And it's not just dangerous politically, it is anti-Christian. Jesus didn't seek political power, and he didn't demand special treatment. He taught us to love our neighbors, care for the marginalized, and to lay down power, not hoard it. But what's happening here is just the opposite. It's using faith as a weapon to silence dissent and to prop up a majority culture that's already in control. Many of us grew up hearing that Christians were persecuted here in the United States. But come on, that's not true. That's not about oppression. It's about maintaining control. It's about getting defensive when marginalized groups start getting some attention, some representation, maybe even some rights. If your faith needs government protection, it's not faith, it's fear. The gospel doesn't need an executive order. It needs people living out love, justice, and humility. This is not just bad politics.
Donald Trump is a false Christian. He never been a Christian. He wouldn't even touch the Bible. But he sold y'all Bibles. Yeah. Snake oil all day long. He sold you snake oil.
President, Madam Vice President. You know what? I can't even really cap anymore. It's a really dark time for America. You want to talk about it?
I mean, look, they break rules, they break the laws, they break the government, and when outbreak MAGA still applause. They like letting crooks and convicts run their neighborhoods. They like voting felons and claiming they're misunderstood. And here's the thing, these red states, they feel good, and their education's at an all-time low. And we're done trying to converse. They won't comprehend, so Elon has all they own. Then it's whoopsie, I made a oopsie. Now it's affected us while he really tricked me. Now I'm not bitter, but don't push me. Don't really wanna have to show you what Oakland taught me.
Whoa. All right, Madam Vice President, we don't want to revert back to our old ways, right? So why don't we try an unburdening exercise? Now, when I laugh, you laugh. Let's try it.
Let's go.
That's us laughing at MAGA because they got tricked. But what I learned about MAGA, when they get tricked, they'll try to make you think, no, I didn't get tricked. We knew he was going to do that. He's looking out for the better good of us. The whole time they know they got sucker punched in their face by Donald Trump and Elon Musk. And then jdvance whipped out his little pity pat and slapped it across their face, and they sucked on it because they are suckers.
Greetings, citizens of the world. This is a message from Anonymous for Elon Musk. For the past several years, you have enjoyed one of the most favorable reputations of anyone in the billionaire class, because you have tapped into the desire that many of us have to live in a world with electric cars and space exploration. But recently, your carefully created public image is being exposed, and people are beginning to see you as nothing more than another narcissistic rich dude who is desperate for attention. It appears that your quest to save the world is more rooted in a superiority and savior complex than it is in actual concern for humanity. This has been obvious to your employees for a long time, who have faced intolerable conditions under your command for years. It is also obvious to the young children working in your overseas lithium mines, which are destroying the local environment as well. You have been open about your willingness to stage coups in order to install dictators in places where your toxic products are being mined. You have even prematurely crowned yourself Emperor of Mars, a place where you will be sending people to die. Your fanboys overlook these issues because they are focused on the potential good that your projects can bring to the world, but you are not the only show in town, and your competition is growing more intense with each passing day. There are plenty of other companies working on space exploration and electric vehicles. You are just the only CEO who has gained a cult following through shitposting and trolling the world on social media. In fact, many people are now learning that the vast majority of Tesla's income doesn't actually come from selling cars, it comes from government subsidies, selling carbon tax credits for your innovation with clean energy. This technically isn't your innovation though, because you aren't actually the founder of Tesla. You simply purchased the company from two people much more intelligent than you are, Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning. Tesla has also made more money holding Bitcoin for a few months than they did in years of selling cars. It is also more than likely that this Bitcoin was purchased with money from these government subsidies. It is now widely believed that you have been forced to denounce your company's involvement with Bitcoin in order to keep that green government money flowing into Tesla's coffers. The energy use argument about proof-of-work mining is a very nuanced conversation that requires a fairly complex understanding of how power grids work, and how excess energy is wasted by power companies, and sought out by crypto miners. This is a conversation that you have been having for over a year and were intimately aware of. But as soon as your main source of income was threatened, you pretended to be clueless in an attempt to play both sides of the fence. Then, your move to create a Bitcoin miner council was rightly seen as an attempt to centralize the industry and take it under your control. Reading from the comments on your Twitter posts, it seems that the games you have played with the crypto markets have destroyed lives.
Elon Musk. Like it was stated, he'd never been a founder or anything. He either bought it out or pushed somebody out the way to get to what he wanted. The same way he pretty much has gotten on his knees and serviced the clown. Now the clown is servicing him. He bought him and pimping him.
First thing that we need to do is to start by confronting the white nationalist Jesus. You know the white nationalist Jesus, even if you don't follow him. The white nationalist Jesus is a Jesus who cares more about the fetus than about the children in cages. The white nationalist Jesus is the one who cares more about white people being able to do whatever they want than black and brown people being murdered in the streets. The white nationalist Jesus is the one who cares only about your belief in him and not about how you actually live your life. You know the white nationalist.
Hit the like button, please.
The white nationalist Jesus is an utter heresy. A heresy to our faith, a heresy to history, and a heresy to God, God's very self. The first thing that we need to do is to start by confronting the white nationalist Jesus. You know the white nationalist Jesus, even if you don't follow him. The white nationalist Jesus is a Jesus who cares more about the fetus than about the children in cages. The white nationalist Jesus is the one who cares more about white people being able to do whatever they want than black and brown people being murdered in the streets. The white nationalist Jesus is the one who cares only about your belief in him and not about how you actually live your life. You know the white nationalist Jesus, don't you? The white nationalist Jesus is an utter heresy. A heresy to our faith, a heresy to history, and a heresy to God, God's very self. The first thing that we need to do is...
He just read Donald Trump down to that pissy depends. I couldn't have said it better. There's only one God, and it's not Donald Trump, and he will never be my king. My king is Jesus Christ.
I'm a chicken.
Stop making excuses. Yes, the US is really big. Your state is bigger than my country, probably than both of my countries combined. Yes, you have a highly militarized police who are willing and have proven themselves able to use that on civilians. Yes, you don't have many protections. You don't have much in the way of a social safety net. You don't have many unions. All of those things are true. Do you know what's also true? You are on an express train to a high-control, authoritarian, fascist regime. They are getting you there as fast as they physically can. And right now, you have more rights and opportunities and freedoms than you will have in the coming months. It's either a fight now or a fight later. The violence is coming. I'm really sorry. And I've thought a lot over the last couple of weeks about what I would be doing if it were me. I've got little kids and I live in a rural part of the country, and it's a really hard question. I'm sorry that many of you are facing it. But if you don't do it now, you've got decades of fight ahead of you. You know, they want to give the impression that they are in control, but they're not. They're still trying to stabilize. And the reality is that right now in your police and your army and your, agencies, you have good people. You have good people who are very unhappy in this. Give them a couple of years when everybody's being propagandized and brainwashed within an inch of their lives. It's not going to be the same. I am genuinely sorry that this is what you're facing, but you have to stop with the excuses. They are obstacles. But if you just continue to say, well, I can't. The US is so big, I can't. Oh no, well, the police might shoot at me. Yeah. What do you think they're going to do in 6 months? Huh? You got to stop making excuses.
MAGA, stop making excuses, because the vast majority of us Americans, callers, we're fighting back. We all have our own ways of fighting back, but MAGA's not fighting back. They're cheering on the demon. They're cheering on the monsters in the White House. They're cheering on the billionaires, and the billionaires don't give a F about you. You could be on fire. They wouldn't even spit on you to help you. But you're such foolish, uneducated people, MAGA. Think hard and twice about what you're doing to this country. You are enabling the monsters in the White House. You are allowing those rich billionaires to bring you to your knees, where you're going to have that mouth wide open, giving head to the Harlem Boys Choir.
Imagine walking into a bank ready to buy a home or start a business, only to be told, no, not for you. For Black Americans in the early 1900s, this was reality. But one Black woman changed the game. Meet Maggie Lena Walker, the first Black woman to own a bank in the U.S., and the reason thousands of Black families built generational wealth. Born in 1864 to formerly enslaved parents, she grew up seeing Black families trapped in poverty. She joined the Independent Order of St. Luke, a Black mutual aid society, and realized if we don't control our own money, we will never control our future. In 1903, she made history by launching St. Luke Penny Savings Bank, the first Black woman-owned bank in the U.S. She gave loans to Black families when white banks refused them. She helped Black businesses open and thrive. She hired Black women as accountants, managers, and leaders, something unheard of at that time. She turned nickels into dollars and dollars into Black generational wealth. Of course, racists tried to shut her down, but she didn't just survive, she expanded. She merged her bank with others to form the Consolidated Bank and Trust, the largest Black-owned bank of its time. Even during the Great Depression, when banks were collapsing, her bank survived. And when illness left her paralyzed, she ran the bank from a wheelchair, proving she was unstoppable. Maggie Lena Walker didn't just start a bank, she started a movement. She proved that Black people could control their own wealth. She made home ownership possible for thousands. She showed that Black women can run the economy, and her impact is still felt today. Imagine walking into a bank ready to buy a home.
I'm proud of us.
No, MAGA Christians are not real Christians. You cannot call yourself a Christian and support the oppression of others, especially marginalized communities. Whenever you are supporting the stripping away of rights of vulnerable populations, you are not following Jesus. If you are anti-immigrant, that's anti-Jesus. If you're anti-LGBTQ plus inclusion, that's anti-Jesus. Jesus called us to be loving, accepting, and to always be expanding the table. Furthermore, you cannot be a Christian nationalist and call yourself a Jesus follower. Christianity was fired in the kiln of anti-imperialism. Jesus was speaking out against the evils of empire. Now, all of us participate in some way in empire because we are a part of empire, but we are to call out the evils of empire. We are to stand for those who are being oppressed and marginalized. If we promote empire, that is anti-Christ. So, no, you can't hold MAGA beliefs and call yourself a Christian because it's anti-Christ. No, MAGA Christians are not real Christians. You can't.
Honey, I've been telling y'all that on this channel for a while, that MAGA is not true Christians. Donald Trump is nowhere near ever being a Christian. He wasn't even taught that in his home. Donald Trump wouldn't even put his hand on the Bible when he was sworn in because he knows that Bible's going to catch on fire. No, ma'am, no, sir. MAGA, you cannot love Jesus Christ or be a true Christian falling behind Dunny.
week, we thought that Elon and his teenage dream of muskrats had just no proficiency in COBOL. Turns out it's a lot worse. They just can't interpret data altogether. That, or they're extremely lazy because they have just looked a little bit harder, they would have found the answers they needed. Went ahead and shared this, continuing to claim that tens of millions of people over the age of 100 were getting Social Security benefits. As one of my favorite economists demonstrated, Justin Wolfers, you can easily look up this data. How many people over 100 years old are getting Social Security benefits? Like seriously, it's right here. And it clearly reads that 98% of these individuals did not receive Social Security payments. And what's more, the distribution of workers and disabled individuals that get Social Security is readily available. This graph by here shows the number of Social Security beneficiaries by age. And as you will notice, once you click on it, you can see more granularity in the data. You add the total number of beneficiaries ages 85 and up, you get about 5.2 million. And if you take a look at our census information, you will see that there are about 6.2 million individuals 85 and up. So that means about 83 to 84% of people ages 85 and up are getting benefits. That coincides with publicly available data. Of course, this data is just for retirees. It doesn't account for survivors or disability. We can also see from this data that the total number of individuals getting benefits ages 99 and up is about 90,000. And if we take a look at centenarian statistics, we see that there are only about 100,000 people ages 100 and up. That means in that category of 99 and up, at most 50% of the individuals are getting benefits. Furthermore, the agency's own website stipulates that as of September 2015, payments automatically stopped after age 115. While he's sharing a database that includes information about individuals that already died, he is not looking at the actual recipients. Once you take a look at that data on the SSA website, you can find information by state, by type of benefit, and it coincides with our census information. So no, tens of millions of people ages 100 and up are not getting benefits. Lying to you. And to further demonstrate my point, I share this thread from a funeral director. They file a form to Social Security once a person is deceased. So last week we thought that Elon and his teenage dream of muskrats had just no proficiency in
Elon and Donald Trump knows if they tell a lie, MAGA will believe it. They know if they keep MAGA distracted, they can do all the crimes they want to do, break all the laws, won't even listen to the judge, just breaking all kind of laws. The judge told them they can't do something, they did it anyway. We must stop them, and we can. You got to fight back. You can't be afraid. You cannot be afraid. And if you're my age, I'm 51, I already lived a long time, I'm not scared of anything. You got to fight for what's right. And Elon Musk and Donald Trump is not what's right for this country. They are going to bring you to your knees where you will be begging. And I'm not going there. So you better join us.
Be real quick. Did you know currently in America we have between 440 to 500,000 undocumented European immigrants? Now, when I say European, I mean they're from places lighter than me, and they're lighter than the undocumented immigrants that are currently being demonized by this current administration. The demonized immigrants that also pay almost $100 billion to the government in taxes. Even crazier, even though those undocumented European immigrants barely pay a fraction of what the demonized immigrants pay, none of those European immigrants are being rounded up by ICE agents. None of them. I'm sure it's a good reason. It's got to be. It can't be the obvious reason I think it is, because that would just be crazy, right? Oh,
it's true. I remember watching, and I think I showed it on this channel, a video of Russians crossing over into this country right along with the other migrants. But Donald Trump is not removing any white people that are illegal immigrants. Because some of the immigrants that's here, that are not illegal, he even removed them. Excuse me. Donald J. Trump, why are you only removing black and brown people that are immigrants? Excuse me. But you're not removing any immigrants that are white. Your wife an immigrant, she must go. We don't want that hoe. A hoe in a Merry Christmas. She got to go. Again, Donald Trump, why are you only removing black and brown immigrants? Why? When there are white immigrants, there are illegal white immigrants in this country. They need to go. Let the rule apply to everyone. Their wife is a white immigrant. She must go. She ain't giving you none anyway. What purpose is she serving? Oh, to make you look more Christian-like, that you're actually in a marriage. You are in a miserable marriage, an ungodly, unhealthy marriage. Because right now, one of your advisors that's been written in this new book that came out, you're one of your advisors, it has been said and alleged you have an affair with her. But it doesn't surprise us that you cheat on your wives, Donnie. You always have cheated on your wives because you're slimy. Hit that like button, you all. Thank you.
Another weird week of living in the upside down. And I'm not talking about that plane, which, like our new trade policies, landed poorly in Canada. We had a VP nostalgic for the German part of World War II and a president pretending Ukraine somehow invaded itself. Now the guy from the exploding rocket company wants to be in charge of all our air travel. Only a mind like Elon could see 4 major airline incidents in a month and think, let's go bigger. President's firing people who use preferred pronouns while banning the AP for not using his preferred geonouns. Sure, they move fast. RFK Jr. barely got into office, and already a red state measles outbreak gave him his first anti-vax win. They're cutting unnecessary jobs like bird flu trackers, nuclear security, and any New York prosecutor who's not okay with bribery. Who could have known that the best arbiters of waste, fraud, and abuse might not be the guys known for gold toilets, multiple bankruptcies, and being pulled up by their daddy's bootstraps? They gutted the VA and Forest Service, made multi-billion-dollar rounding errors, and then accidentally posted classified U.S. security info online, while everyday Americans like those plane passengers in Toronto are getting whiplash and being left out in the cold. But even though he wants to be a king, he can't help but act like a queen. The one from Snow White, just out here trying to get rid of all the fairest people because he can't handle what he sees in the mirror. Have a good weekend.
He can't handle what he sees in the mirror. And what Michael Jackson said, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Michael Jackson said, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Daddy boy, you need to look in that mirror and you need to repent to Jesus Christ. But Donald Trump said in an interview, he doesn't feel that he owes anything to go to Jesus Christ about. He needs to repent about. He said that. We all need to repent. Daily, all day if we can. We were born into sin, but we go to Jesus Christ every day for forgiveness.
This straight. This was a problem, but this wasn't a problem. This was a problem, and this wasn't a problem. This also was a problem, but somehow this wasn't a problem, and this was a problem. But this wasn't a problem. Okay, so I guess to conclude, this is America. Let me get this straight. This was a problem.
This is America. Anything black and brown people do is a problem. But the white man do wrong? Oh, that's not what he meant. Y'all have mistaken. Like I guess we were mistaken that our ancestors was put in chains, beat, drug across the ground, RAPED. Oh, we mistaken that too. And to this day, the white police shooting down our brothers and cousins and uncles. And I guess we mistaken that too. George Floyd, we mistaken that too.
So we're sounding the alarm. Last night, the president said, I'm not touching Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, whatever, VA, I'm not touching them. By this morning, he endorsed the House budget resolution, which paves the way for massive cuts to Medicaid. And people have got to be aware. We also have to explain what Medicaid does. You know, the posters that are here talk about who is covered. There's over 70 million Americans who get Medicaid, whether that is for seniors in long-term
I don't told y'all Donald Trump don't do nothing but lie. Like he told y'all he didn't know nothing about Project 2025. And the whole time, Donnie Boy knew. jdvance, he wrote the forwarding. And the first day he's in office, he laid out in your face and told you, I lied to you. Here's your gift, Project 2025.
lovely people, and particularly a quick word to my American friends who might be tempted to believe what Donald Trump is saying about South Africa, my home country, where I happen to be right now. Him and Elon Musk are racist twats who have no fucking idea what they're talking about. Because what they're doing is taking the word of a fringe racist group called AfriForum and other disaffected whites, disgruntled by the end of apartheid, feeling hard done by, and much like the Israelis, victimizing themselves when they are not victims at all, bitching about how, land redistribution is racist against whites. These are such ignorant provocateurs, and it's going to backfire on them. South Africans' majority, the black majority, and it's a multiracial, multi-tribal society now, only own a tiny proportion of the land versus the size of their population. And while white South Africans make up 7% of the population, more or less, they own about 70% of the decent land. And so the redistribution of land is to address past inequities, and the vast majority of South Africans agree and understand why that's happening and that it's a good thing. It's also under a very strict mechanism. Now, not everyone agrees, of course, with the mechanism, but the principle is what racists like Musk
Thank you,
and Trump
Victorious
are
one.
railing
Thank
against here
you.
on behalf of a bunch of assholes who equate equality with oppression.
I'm going to read some of these comments. Victorious one, thank you so much. Queen, I hope it's Queen. If it's not King. We got a lot of jealous whites in the chat. Lillie is brilliant, is a brilliant black and beautiful. Lillie is black. She said Lillie is brilliant, black, and beautiful. You mad. Thank you, because they come in here every day and they target me, and I'm a woman, and it be mostly white men, some white women, but most of them are white men, and they come in here and they target me every day, verbally abusing me. They told me they're going to RAPED me. They called me an NIGGER. They told me they're going to jump the gate where I live and come skeet on my face. They told me they're going to jump the gate where I live, come RAPE me. They have said so many things they're going to do to me, and I ain't afraid. They thought they was going to stop me from getting on here telling my people about what is going on, because we don't have much time, y'all. We don't. Hitler did it in 58 days. Again, it has been a month and now some days. So now we got, what, 20-something days left? Not even, no, we ain't got that long. But Donald Trump said he plans on doing it quicker than Hitler. So we got to move fast. We got to come up with a plan to save ourselves in this country, because you can't just be selfish in this moment, y'all. You can't just think, I'm just going to look out for my white people, because if you're poor and you're not a billionaire, he don't give a damn about you. Again, if you was on fire, he wouldn't spit on you. He hates people that does not have a lot of money. People that do not have a lot of money, he don't like you. So stop fooling yourself. Donald Trump wouldn't look your way. And whether you would have voted for him or not, Elon had it rigged. And like he told you from his mouth, the maggot's mouth, that Elon rigged. And that's how he won. He said Elon knows those voting computers better than anyone. They rigged it so I'll win. He's in there now. So you're going to feel his wrath. But you got to fight back. Okay. Get off your knees. You ain't got to suck no more. Get off your knees. Take those knee pads off and join the fight for this country. Neighborhood Watch, thank for the purple hearts. Queen Vera, I love you. Thank you for the hearts. Hold on. I'm not reading that. I was going to read it, but didn't know. I'm not reading. It's too negative. Neighborhood Watch, you're right. Demons, they like their leader, but they don't realize they're being led like Jim Jones did. Death. Certain ones I'm not going to read. Let me just go ahead, y'all, because they trying to steal my joy. You won't break my soul. No, you won't.
Citizens are being denied entry into Mexico. Check out this video. Today we're in Mexico. They're not letting us in.
Todos los que son nacidos en Estados Unidos traen un pasaporte, sí o sí pasaporte.
Today we're walking into Mexico and we're getting denied entry. Check it out.
Tienen que traer pasaporte cuando... Tienen que traer un pasaporte, sí o sí pasaporte.
Pero ya cambió con el Trump, ¿verdad? Sí. Que el Trump cambió todo, so ustedes ya es más difícil, ¿verdad?
Sí.
And this is exactly why I've been telling you guys again and again to get your dual citizenship. I have never gotten a visa in my life. I have never paid to go into Mexico. I know nothing about that. I've been hearing rumors that Mexico is going to start asking people visiting from the US for visas to enter Mexico. There's no reason why you shouldn't have a Mexican passport in 2025. It's literally free, and it's never been easier. I mean, but if you guys are okay with continuously having to pay fees to go into Mexico, having to get visas, that's your problem. You can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make it drink. But anyways.
He ain't never lied. That's what I feel about MAGA. You can leave a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink. That is so true. Y'all, Donald Trump has made it so bad. You know, Mexico was our ally. They're not our ally anymore because Donald Trump, he burned that bridge. So now we have to get visas to go there. And I love Mexico. I go there often. We're going to have to get dual citizenship. Hold on. And then we're going to get up out of here.
The reason Trump and Republicans want to get rid of FEMA is simply for a money and power and land grab. It has nothing to do with the inefficiency of the agency, because it's Republicans who have made that agency as inefficient as it possible. So I'll give you an example. So Asheville, North Carolina got hit with those hurricanes. And Asheville is one of those towns that has historically had a big effort to keep the area free of big corporate money. So they don't allow in huge chains in their retail space. So when you have a small business, and most small businesses, they don't make millions of dollars. These people who own these small businesses, they basically buy themselves a job. They buy themselves a salary. So when their business goes down, even if it's for a couple of weeks, they almost never recover. It is very difficult for them to stay in business after being closed down a couple of weeks. And the Republicans in the state of North Carolina have intentionally held back FEMA funds. They've delayed those funds. And when you delay funds, businesses shut down and people have to find other ways to get their income. And when you delay FEMA funds, people can't rebuild their homes or go back to the home that they were renting. So people end up leaving the area. And that opens it up in all of those ways for corporations to come into those areas and buy up the land for cheap and take over the retail space because now it's empty. So understand that everything that they are doing is to gain money and power. And delaying FEMA money for years has been a tactic of the Republican Party. And they're just making it worse by wanting to get rid of the FEMA organization altogether. So don't be fooled. It has nothing to do with government efficiency and everything to do.
Those never was about government efficiency. Hold on, y'all. Never was. You've been flim-flam. Let me know if you can hear me. My phone was going dead. Let me know can you hear me? LaSwan, can you hear me? Tia, can you hear me? Let me know. My phone was going dead. Can you hear me? Let me know. Type it in the chat if you can hear me. Lady Sparker, how you doing? Can you hear me, Queen? Thank you. Okay, my phone was about to go dead. I took that mic off. I don't care about that mic right now. Doge was never about helping the people. We all knew they was going to take FEMA. Donald Trump, when he went to California and Newsom had to get in his ASS, he didn't even go out and see the people. He just wanted his face to be seen. And he wanted to let y'all know, okay, I went there, that's good. No. What VP Kamala Harris has done, she has gone out there to the people to talk to the actual people that experience the pain from the fires. Donald Trump didn't even get out there and meet the people. He just went there to run his suckers. And he didn't care about the people. It's always about publicity, not the people. FEMA has been taken away from so many people, from the flood damages here in Georgia, Kentucky, North Carolina, etc. They don't have help. You can't blame Joe Biden, President Joe Biden. You can't blame VP Kamala Harris. They're not in the White House. So when MAGA is blaming them because they're still doing it, you sound such a fool. You sound like you have absolutely no education, like you have a 5th grade level education. You're not even smarter than a 5th grader, and that's sad. We need FEMA. When things happen, we need FEMA.
Not even just nonsense, it's just that they're idiots. I mean, these are the same guys, remember, as it relates to our nuclear stockpile, right? They're like, oh, wait a minute, we needed those guys? Yeah. Oh, can we get them back? Oh, we don't know how to. Like, I don't know how anyone in this country can look at this administration and feel some semblance of any type of confidence, right? And this is all at the same time. Like, Elon doesn't want us talking about the fact that he has received almost $1 billion worth of new contract money from the U.S. government in just 2 weeks. Yep. $400 million for Tesla and over $300 million for SpaceX. This is nothing more than a money grab. He's not out there trying to save money for the American people. That's not what he's doing. He's lining his pockets, and at the same time, he's outraging people who don't know exactly how we spend our money and how it benefits us to make sure that things like HIV and AIDS doesn't become the worldwide pandemic that it used to be. Yeah. Exactly. Same thing with everything else that we're dealing with. It's not even just nonsense. It's
true. Elon, I've been telling y'all, I come on here every day and I tell y'all, Elon has fattened his pockets. Donnie as well. He's gotten richer since he's been in the White House. And y'all gonna say, well, Donnie ain't getting paid. Elon ain't getting paid. That's a damn lie. It's a lie and the truth ain't in you. Your mama should have spanked you good as a child, but she didn't. She just let you run around on ruckus like Elon's a little child X, a little demon child. Poor Melania. Poor Melania. We feel this way. We feel exactly how Melania feels. MAGA, you love a man that his wife doesn't even love him. MAGA loves a man that his wife does not even want him and does not love him. I'm going to play it again because we all feel the way Melania feels right now. Jesus Christ, help us. And you worship a man, he can't even get his wife to love him. Anytime, not all the time, I would say 80% of the time, if it's a much younger woman and he's rich and got money, she ain't married him for his looks, and she sure hell ain't married him because of him. She married him for that money, money, money. Elon only want him for the money. Elon is already a filthy rich man, but he got rich and became a billionaire off of the tax dollars of the Americans.
The administration took the position in court this week that Elon Musk is not the head of Doge and is not leading Doge. So who is leading Doge? Is it the young man who calls himself Big Balls? Is it the racist on the night crew who's proud of the fact that he was a racist before all of his friends were racist and says that we should legitimize Indian hate? Who is Doge? The administration took the position in court this week that Elon Musk is not the head of Doge and is not leading Doge. So who is leading Doge? Is it the young man who calls himself Big Balls? Is it the racist on the night crew who's proud of the fact that he was a racist before all of his friends were racist and says that we should legitimize Indian hate? Who is Doge? The administration took the position in court this week that Elon Musk is not the head of Doge and is not leading Doge.
Because Donnie Boy said first Elon was over Doge. Then he said Elon is his advisor. Then now recently he said Elon, it doesn't work for him or anything. He is just a patriot. I'm going to tell you why Donnie is saying that now. Because Elon Musk and Donnie Boy is getting sued and they're trying to cover their tracks. And Donnie Boy is trying to take care and protect his top because he's giving it to him real good. So he's trying to protect his top. And JD just the bottom hoe. That's who jdvance is. So which one is it, Donald J. Trump? You don't lie so much, but MAGA's so silly and simple-minded. They believe anything you say, so when they hear the truth, no, he didn't. Fix them, Jesus. Jesus, fix their minds. Oh, my God. Fix them, Jesus. That's all I can say. And this what our world is today. This what it is. Look. This what we got today. Fix it, Jesus. Fix it. And this is who Donald Trump wants to be. He want to be a man that's so evil. Donald Trump can't even think on the level that this man think on. Yes, Donald Trump is a racist, but he could never be as evil as this man. This man is playing him like a deck of cards, and he just naked. His hand is naked. Can be seen by anybody. Putin saw Donald Trump miles away. He knew he can use him. Yeah. Hold on, y'all. I must have pulled it out the thing. Okay, I pulled my card out. Okay. I don't want my phone to go dead. Oh, boy.
That Trump and Doge are doing is taking away money from people like 9/11 first responders.
The 9/11 health program taking a heavy hit from the Department of Government Efficiency.
The fund provides health care for thousands of first responders and civilians. Well, new staff reductions could put lives at risk.
The program created to keep them alive is now the latest target of budget cuts under Elon Musk and Doge.
It's repulsive. It's reckless, and it lacks empathy.
That was John Fiel, a 9/11 survivor and advocate.
Subscribe to Midas Touch Network. Very educational, great for research, fair use. I love them.
Major breaking news, the Associated Press is striking back. The AP is now suing 3 Trump administration officials in federal court for banning AP reporters from Trump's events. The defendants from the Trump administration are Trump White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles, Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt, and Deputy Chief of Staff Taylor Budowich. The AP alleges that the ban violates the First Amendment as well as the Due Process Clause of the Fifth Amendment. The AP filed this lawsuit in federal court in Washington, D.C. They're seeking an emergency hearing and a court order to declare the ban unconstitutional and require the Trump administration to rescind it. AP's legal filing notes the following, quote, "The White House has ordered its journalists to use certain words in its coverage or else face an indefinite denial of access. The press and all people in the United States have the right to choose their own words and not be retaliated against by the government. The Constitution does not allow the government to control speech. Allowing such government control and retaliation to stand is a threat to every American's freedom." We're going to be following this story and so much more, so make sure you're following our account and add the Midas Touch podcast on Apple and Spotify right now.
Some big news right now. A federal judge has just blocked a number of anti-DEI proposals by the Trump administration. Yet another loss in court tonight for Donald Trump. This evening, a federal judge enjoined the Trump administration's effort to block federal funds from going towards grant recipients who engage in DEI practices. According to the federal judge's orders, these organizations that are suing are likely to succeed on the merits because it is likely viewpoint discrimination. The ruling was handed down just recently in the District of Maryland and is a big win for these grant recipients. So essentially, as it currently stands, the Trump administration is no longer allowed to terminate any contracts or even change any federal contracts that they consider equity related. And this comes just moments after the Supreme Court handed Trump a loss on the whistleblower Office of Special Counsel case. I'm going to do a full breakdown of all these losses on my Substack shortly, so be sure to subscribe for free at the link in my bio. As always, comment below your thoughts, spread the word, and follow along to stay up to date on all the news you need to know about. There'll be more soon, I'm sure. We have some big news right now. A federal judge has...
Even though the federal judge came down on Donald Trump and Elon Musk, they're still going against it. Donald Trump really thinks that DEI means black and brown people. Like he thought affirmative action was just for black and brown people. Sad. When we all know white women benefit from it more than anybody. Sad. I'm going to show y'all this because it's so funny to me. Read this. It says, believing that billionaires are fighting for the working class requires almost comical level of delusion. And this is the hat they need to wear instead of wearing the Make America Great hats. They need to say, manipulate America's gullible a-holes. This is the hat you need to wear, MAGA. Because you are being manipulated and played like a violin. But I think y'all enjoy the bending over more than the violin. You enjoy the bending over with no Vaseline so much. You keep going back for more. Calling Donald Trump your daddy. And it feel good to you, don't you? You like it. You got them knee pads on. Give me more, daddy. No Vaseline. Oh, I don't mind if the food is high. Big daddy with your big fat sloppy pale gut and that orange face. Give it to me, daddy. Give it to me. MAGA men and women, they got them knee pads on, taking it in both ends from Donald Trump.
Some major breaking news right now. The United States Supreme Court just handed Donald Trump the first major loss of his second administration. This is the first time Trump went to the United States Supreme Court, and this is the first big loss that he has suffered. The case involved whether or not Donald Trump could remove the current head of the Office of Special Counsel, a key government ethics watchdog. The Office of Special Counsel head currently is Hampton Dellinger. Trump removed him. He sued the Trump administration, and both the district court and the circuit court, the D.C. Circuit, said that Trump must keep him in office for now. And the United States Supreme Court, at least temporarily, agreed, keeping Hampton Dellinger as the head of the Office of Special Counsel. This is a major blow for the Trump administration, and only two Supreme Court
justices. It's so funny to me that Donald Trump has been in there, just him and Elon, just firing everybody. But then realize who's going to do the work. They have no one to do the work. So now, because Elon deleted all the information from the system, they can't even call the people. They have no contacts to contact the people. Donald Trump mama said he was an idiot, y'all. His mama said he was an idiot. His own mama. Look at her. Look just like him, just ugly. Y'all, I'm not kidding. Donald Trump is so ugly. He knows he had to have money to get any woman. Donald Trump is so ugly that he tries to hide the ugliness with the clown paint on his face. Donald Trump is so ugly that he has to tell himself he's a king every day, and we all know he ain't no king. He is all out of shape. His brain is warped. The way he think is warped. That body is warped. Bad body built. Donald Trump. And this is what his mammy said about him, Marianne Trump. She said, yeah, Fred Trump's wife. She said, yes, he's an idiot with zero common sense. No social skills, but he is my son. I just hope he never get into politics. He'll be a disaster. And Marianne Trump, yes, he is. Your baby is a disaster. Yeah. Marianne Trump, you so sweet. Look at the ugly faces. They faces look like it got pooped on. Yeah. When Donnie was a baby, he pooped and it went in his mama's face. That's why he wore them depends every day. His mama cursed him. He got to wear the pen every day. This is funny, Donnie. Oh, fix it, Jesus. Oh, look at MAGA. He promised cheap eggs. Yeah, he told us we're going to get some cheap eggs. And they voted for him and believed him. Eggs is now $14.99 enough. I don't eat them, so I ain't got to worry about it. See, I make desserts that I don't need eggs. Every once in a while, I may need something that may need it. So you can always use coordination milk and, and just replace the eggs. Because I made a good sweet peach cobbler last night, y'all. Because I love baking. I made one the other night and put it on my live. You can go watch the video. I don't need the eggs. I have coordination milk.
Big things happening across the country right now. The people are rising up in town halls across America. People are fed up and they are showing up and making their voices heard. Watch what happened earlier today when Representative Grothman of Wisconsin tried to tell his constituents that Trump has done some very good things.
President Trump has issued a lot of executive orders. I think by and large this is moving very quickly compared to other administrations. And I think across the board, he's done some very good things. I think
see, those Republicans tired of Trump. Those are Republicans.
Now watch what happened Thursday in West Bend, Wisconsin, when Congressman Fitzgerald was confronted by his constituents.
When will you stand up to them and say that is enough?
That's the Republican Party tired of Donald Trump.
The end result of the fraud and abuse that has been discovered already.
We are fighting back.
And here's Representative Bice, a member of Congress from Oklahoma, being confronted in a teletown hall by a veteran who happens to be a registered Republican.
I'm a registered Republican voter, retired active Army officer. How can you tell me that Doge, with some college quiz kids from a computer terminal in Washington, D.C., without even getting out into the field, after about a week or maybe two, has determined that it's okay to cut veterans' benefits?
I think a couple things. Let me give you an example. Did you know that the VA was in charge of payments for illegals for housing? Basically, the VA.
No, I'd like for you to could you send me that reference so I could research that? Because no, I'm not aware of that. And I would tell you that that's a red herring, a false flag. If you're throwing that kind of political stuff up, trying to cut veterans' benefits,
those Republicans not putting up with it.
Something is happening right now across
and
America.
It's happening all over this country. Even in here in the state of Georgia, Roswell. Those Republicans had a town hall meeting with the congressman. And they're not playing, y'all. I'm telling you, I will be in that next meeting. They're not playing. They're not putting up with it. The white Republican says, hell no. We're not going to go down like this. We are not going to stay down under a regime. We're not doing it. The white Republicans are fighting back, and I'm loving it because I prayed about this because we got to come together. They are mad as hell at Donald Trump. He's not going to be able to fix this because they don't caught on to his lies. Those lies and that snake oil you've been giving people, Donnie, it ain't working no more, baby. It ain't working. Just like your thing don't work anymore. It ain't working. Donnie, it ain't working.
Elon, so I found some of that waste, fraud, and abuse that you're looking for. So I'm sure you've seen by now these stories of the State Department apparently being all set to order $400 million worth of armored Tesla Cybertrucks. But I almost think the more interesting story right now is what happened after that was reported. And by the way, shout out to Dropsite News for breaking the story. So here's what the document looked like yesterday. This is the State Department's procurement forecast. You can see they were set to award Tesla $400 million for armored Teslas in the fourth quarter of 2025. But something curious happened when this was pointed out by the media. Now, when you open up the newly revised procurement forecast, and you can see this for yourself at state.gov/procurement-forecast, you see they changed it a little bit. Instead of saying armored Teslas, now it says armored electric vehicles. Let me get a little closer on that just so you can see it. So when Elon Musk wants to talk about waste, fraud, and abuse, or he wants to speak about people leeching off the government, maybe he should look in the mirror. Hey, Elon.
Elon Musk is the biggest welfare queen ever. Yeah. Your tax dollars made him a billionaire. A South African came to this country and he became a billionaire on your dime, MAGA. He has taken your benefits. And now what pissed me off, because my daughter's a veteran. I'm an old head sitting here looking young and pretty. But my daughter's a veteran. Yeah. He has taken the benefits from veterans. He has elfed with the Medicaid and Medicare. And Donnie Boy promised that he wouldn't to his constituents. He lied to you. He did. The lies just keep going on, and America is falling. And that ain't good, because this is our country, all of us, the white, the black, the Hispanics, the Asians, the Muslims. This is our country. And we let a South African come over here and whip our tails. But I'd be damned if I'm going to lay down and take it. He ain't going to get me. I'd take that Vaseline and put on my fist and whip him up. Because I'd be damned I'll lay on my back and let him get me with no Vaseline. I'm not Donald Trump.
When Proud Boys founder Enrique Tarrio announced, "We're going back," he meant the Capitol, but really it was jail because the Capitol police officers arrested him for assaulting a counter-protester. Judge Shucken, who had Trump's criminal January 6th case, now has the state's case against Musk. She did not issue a temporary restraining order, but noted that she thinks that the state's case against him is strong. Their case is that he should be appointed by the Constitution because of the amount of power he is wielding. Evidently, this was the most popular sticker at CPAC this week. All brought under this project. This would be a no-go, and even with this conservative Supreme Court, the language in the Constitution is very clear about the 2 terms that a president can only serve. But is this a distraction or yet another reason to make sure you go out and vote? Judge Ho postpones Eric Adams' criminal case indefinitely, but does not grant a dismissal yet, appointing a friend of the court to make arguments informing his decision. When Proud Boys founder Enrique Tarrio announced, "We're going back," he meant the Capitol, but...
It was funny. That's a brown person been leading them, the Nazis. They got brainwashed by a brown person. America, y'all ain't smart. Trump said he loved the uneducated. Y'all let a brown person play you. Damn, MAGA. And we're going to get up out of here after this.
America is being hacked as we speak, and no one is stopping it. Our data is being compromised. Our personal information, our social security numbers, our banking information, our income tax returns, our tax ID numbers. We are being robbed, and the president opened the door to the thief. We now have an unelected billionaire close to having complete control over all of our nation's money. Your tax dollars, your social security payments, the money we use for highways and bridges and safe air and rail travel, the tax dollars we invest to make sure we have clean air and safe food and drinkable water, the money used to seek medical cures and to stop terrorist attacks and prosecute criminals. These people tried to freeze our money, but they were stopped because they had no business touching it. So now they have gone right to the source, the U.S. Treasury. And when the person in charge of the Treasury said, no, you have no business being here and no authority to access America's money, the richest man in the world had that man fired, just like he had the head of the FAA fired. And look what happened after that. The money in the Treasury is our money, and the richest man in the world has his hands in our pocket. Now, the only people who can stop this are Republican politicians because they are in charge. Democrats can complain, they can draw attention to the crimes, they should be screaming from the rooftops, and I don't know why more of them aren't, but it is up to the Republicans who are in power to shut this down. If you count on VA benefits, Social Security checks, unemployment benefits, disability, Medicare, Medicaid, grants to run your business, or if you just want a functioning government that isn't completely broke because we opened the vault to a bunch of thieves, then this should be intolerable to you. Elon Musk is a virus the president has infected us with, and he will trash our nation and crash the economy the same way they're crashing planes. It doesn't matter who you voted for. You didn't vote for this. What you're witnessing is a hostile takeover of the United States, and too many people are acting like they can't do anything about it. Excuse me, but if another foreign national with deep ties to China and Russia, who supported the neo-Nazi party in Germany, waltzed into the Treasury Department and locked out government workers from their own computers and buildings while they downloaded all of our most personal information onto their own hard drives, they would be arrested in minutes. This man is robbing us blind, and we're all acting like, I don't know, I guess he's allowed? No, he's not allowed. In fact, a private individual with access to Social Security alone is a violation of the data privacy laws in every state across this nation, and state AGs should have filed criminal charges like yesterday. The president is only allowing this because this is the guy who bought him the election. Trump wanted to be king of America, and Elon gave it to him. The problem is, Elon wants to be king of the world, and he needed America to do it. He already had the infrastructure, Neuralink, Starlink, SpaceX, and don't forget X to spread any false information he wants. But he needed endless finances and leverage and power, and Donald Trump just opened the door to the wolf. The richest man in the world is stealing from you. And if we were honest, we would call it what it is. An act of war.
It's an act of war, and we got to defeat it. We got to defeat Elon Musk. We're going to have to defeat Donald Trump. I know you don't want to turn on your master, but you don't want to lose this country, do you? Because Elon Musk's goal is to remove Donald Trump. Donnie don't even see it coming. What did that little boy say? You're not the president. Why don't you just go away? That's what little X said to Donald Trump. That little boy heard that from his daddy, Elon Musk. Elania Musty. Think. That little boy said to Donald Trump, X, Elon's son. Children listen carefully to their parents. He told Donald Trump, you are not the president. Listen to me, MAGA. He told Donald Trump, you are not the president. Go away. He heard that from his father. Step up, MAGA. We leaving it up to you to do the hard work because you voted this in the White House. We didn't do this. You got to get rid of Elon while we do everything else. Because you did this, MAGA. Fix it. I want to thank each and every last one of y'all because what this queen just said, this woman is powerful.
This man in the world is
she is powerful.
America is being hacked.
She knows what she's talking about. That queen knows what she's talking about. We're going to have to do this together whether you don't like my brown skin or not. You don't like my black skin or not. We're going to have to do this together and fight for the USA. It ain't about the black people, the brown people, the white people, the Asians, whoever. We're going to have to get through this together whether you don't like me or not. I ain't asking you to like me. I may not be fond of you neither, but I love you because of the love of God. We're going to have to fight for this country, y'all. We are in a bad situation and you're not paying attention. He's distracting you with so many things. Like Bannon said, that's what he taught Donald Trump to do. He knows Donald Trump's hand. He knows how Donald Trump is playing his cards because he taught him that. But what he didn't teach him is that somebody like an Elon Musk is going to come along and manipulate him. He did not prepare him for that. And he knows Donald Trump loves Putin so much. He admires Putin like Putin is his daddy, Fred. Wake up, Donnie. That's not your daddy. Putin is playing you too. Him and Elon Musk and jdvance. They down like 3 flat tires together. You only tie that's still up. Wake up. Maybe God can touch your heart and make you not a racist. Wake up. Wake up, America. We are in a fight for our lives. I come on here every day talking about this stuff. You come here every day and you beat me up in my chat and I keep coming back. Yeah. Because I'm fighting for all of us. And I love y'all. We got to fight together. That queen is real what she said. It doesn't matter who you voted for. You heard her. We're in a fight for this country. I love all of y'all. Enjoy your weekend. I'm going to eat some peach cobbler because I made another one last night. I stayed up late, about 2 o'clock in the morning. I wanted something sweet. So I'm going to get off here. I love y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow. I normally try not to come on here on a Sunday, but I probably will come tomorrow because we got a lot of work to do. Y'all got more beating up to do on me. Fine. Long as you come here, hear my voice, and become a subliminal message to you, like the word of God. I love y'all. Enjoy your day. God bless. Bye. Hit that like button. Hit it. Come on now. Hit that like button. I love you. Bye.